Hello, my name is Darkmoon Doll, and today I wanted to elaborate a lot more on the subject of living outside of society's norms. One thing I wanted to talk about, and this may be not something that everybody wants to hear, but I just wanted to talk about this. I noticed that when people get a certain age, what they consider to be an adult, 21 and over, they're of the age where they can legally buy alcoholic beverages. And this day, or this special event, this birthday, this 21st birthday, everybody feels happy for you because you get to consume this drink that you weren't allowed to drink before, this age. Now that's here in America. I'm not talking about in other countries, because in other countries they're a lot more liberal when it comes to what age you're allowed to drink alcohol. I think in Germany I might be wrong. I was going to say in Germany maybe it's 14, but anyway, I don't have the exact numbers right here, but you're allowed to drink alcoholic beverages a lot younger when you live in other countries. I noticed that a lot of social events are, just centered around alcoholic beverages. You can't get away from them. Whenever there's a social event, there's alcohol there. The reason why I feel like this would be a good subject to talk about in connection with living outside of society's norms is because I noticed that when I would be at these social events in the past, and if I didn't drink any alcohol, then I was looked at as someone who's strange. And usually if there's only water, that's what I drink. But in the past, way past, before I decided to stop drinking alcoholic beverages, I'd be offered a drink and it'd be nice or whatever. That's nice of them to offer it to me, and I'd drink it because they're offering it to me, not because I really want it. And to tell you the truth, I never really liked the taste of alcohol. But I noticed that in social settings, like back in the days when I used to go out dancing at clubs, alcohol was such a big thing pushed at you. I was at this club New Year's Eve, and there's people walking around with drinks, just putting them in your face. Here, try this, try that. You know what I mean? Some weird drink in a green in a test tube, and it's a green liquid. Have this, have that. Once I stopped, wanting to drink alcoholic beverages because I noticed that it wasn't good for me, wasn't good for my body, wasn't good for my soul. It wasn't good for it wasn't good for how I was feeling the next day. Not being able to really function well from drinking this alcoholic beverage. And so what I wanted to say about about alcohol, is that when you decide not to drink alcoholic beverages, you are automatically outside of society's norms. I mean, because if you watch television, all the commercials, the beer ads, the gin ads, the vodka ads, and these ads try to present people drinking these drinks as the coolest in town, or, I got no problems in the world, or, I'm the most beautiful woman in the world, sipping on this drink. I mean, if you really go to a club and see people that are getting drunk off of drinks like that, it's not as glamorous. It looks very disturbing and sad. But there's people that they enjoy to have an occasional drink here and there, and it doesn't bother them. It doesn't affect them, and they're okay. I'm just not like that. I don't feel like it works for my body at all. I wanted to talk more about what I believe about alcohol, the drink in itself. And when people drink certain alcoholic beverages, they start to their personality is altered, okay, first of all. And if it gets to the point where they're drinking so much to where they black out, and they do things like kill somebody, or do just really hellacious, really horrible things, and they just say they'll black out. There is a belief in certain cultures that when they call it spirits, alcohol spirits, is that you are drinking a spirit, so the spirit takes over your body, and that's how you black out. I don't know if anybody believes in this, But I have noticed that with certain people, when they drink, their personality turns totally different, and they would do things that they would normally do when they're not partaking in this drink. I started just really observing and just sitting back and watching what this drink does to a lot of people, what these alcoholic drinks do. Now, I'm not opposed to using alcohol as far as using it for tinctures, for medicinal purposes in that way. But for me, I don't think I'd ever want to drink, like sit down and drink a beer or a glass of wine or, scotch on the rocks or something like that. They just made alcohol out to be very glamorous, and they don't really talk about what happens to a lot of people. They get addicted to alcohol, and they drink so much of it that they don't even think about the consequences of their actions when they're under the influence of alcohol. So yeah, that's living out of society's norms for me. Not drinking any alcoholic beverages. I'm just not interested in it. It brings me to a lower level that I don't like, and it makes me feel either sad, or it makes me feel vengeful and angry and spiteful, and I don't like that. So I do feel like that's probably happening with a lot of these drinks, and the people that are making them, especially if they are like commercial type of beers and things like that, really popular, the energy that's going in there is going to be just for that commercial, making lots of money, getting people drunk over and over again and making more and more money and selling more. But it's destroyed a lot of people's lives, these alcoholic beverages. A lot of people have a problem with just having one drink. They can't just have one drink, they just have several drinks. And the next thing you know, they've got a problem and they don't know how to solve it. So yeah, it's a really sad thing. And I think the reason why I decided to stop drinking, because I was noticing things about myself when I did drink. It's not like I drank a ton of alcohol when I did drink, but when I drank, I didn't like the way my personality changed from how I am normally, like now. So yeah, thank you for joining me today for another segment of living outside of society's norms and talking specifically about alcohol consumption. I think that what it does, at least for me it did this, and a lot of people I know that drink a lot and don't drink anymore, it messes with your brain, your mind, and it's hard to think clearly. You're really fuzzy in a fog, at least for me, and I don't want to live my life like that. And I think the more alcoholic beverages that I drank, if I drank over a period of time and kept drinking, that it would severely damage me. And I don't want that. I want to live as healthy as I can, and I want to be able to put forth all my creative ideas to the world. And I can't do that if I'm like, all foggy in the head and my personality is altered. So yeah, thank you for joining me today for today's show. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the likes and shares. And thank you for your kind comments. Leave your comments down below on what you think about today's topic, and I will see you soon. Peace.